Ross, 5-0 victory in the Oxfordshire Senior Cup semi-final against Easington. Great performance from a really youthful Oxford City side. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, a really good performance. Really challenging conditions. The weather wasn't great at all. But the boys dug deep and they put in a real good, solid performance, considering that we had a lot of youngsters on the pitch, boys who are involved with the 23s and the 19s and the Velocity programme here. So they've stepped up to the challenge tonight against a men's team. And to a man, it was first class. So really bright future for some of them. They've come in with full of energy and enthusiasm, and that's exactly what we wanted. We had some experienced boys on the pitch that helped with that. So yeah, it could have been a couple more. We probably should have scored a couple more, but overall, really good night.
You speak about the weather, made the pitch lovely and zippy, probably suited us. But you speak there about the young boys and the sort of senior players. Really nice balance in the squad as well. But it was the young lads who really shone through. Was it a difficult decision for you to picking and choosing who to play today? Was there any kind of competition with other players?
I think there's always competition. I think the main thing is that we have a good relationship with the academy coaches here, the 23s, and these boys have earned the spot tonight. There's plenty more in the system. We have a load of good talent within our programme. But it's important that the boys get rewarded for the good work they do and the hard work they show with their age groups. It gives them a chance tonight. We don't just pick them out of a hat. They are selected carefully. They've earned the right to play tonight, and I think they've taken it. They've shown to everyone that they can play at men's level. I thought some of the football was really nice, really bright and sharp, and I don't really have a bad word to say. It's a real complete performance. It's a clean sheet, considering that it's a new group. We only trained last night for a little bit, and the experienced boys knitted that together and held it together. And big credit to them as well. Difficult conditions, young squad in front of them, boys that don't really know the positions too well, and they've come in and done really well. So I haven't got a bad word to say, and I think the 5-0 is deserved, and the boys should be feeling good.
I think you could go through the whole team and basically pinpoint everyone who did a great job. You said just there something quite interesting, is they're ready for men's football, and they weren't picked just because they're a young player that fill a position. I will go through actually. You got Patrick on loan at Didcot, Nico and Latrell have spent time at North Lee. Obviously, Jaden's with us, and to be fair, I won't go through him anymore because we're out of time. But how pleasing is that for you that you've spent your time with the under-23s, with Velocity, the team for the Youth Cup, and now the first team. There is a real connection from first team, real pathway, from the first team down.
Yeah, I believe in it. It's something that I believe in strongly. I came for a system myself as an academy player, and I got my chance eventually. You have to take the chance. I thought the boys really stood up today and made themselves a part of the team and worked hard for each other. Even to the last 90th minute, everyone's really pulling their weight and putting a real shift in. But yeah, hopefully it shows that there is a pathway here for other players, and that the other boys who didn't get selected, which is really unfortunate because there's a lot of boys who are playing well. Their time is around the corner. So a little bit of reward for some of the boys today for doing well in their age groups. Right at the end, we tried to get Charlie on the pitch. As a young one. Just ran out of time, and it's good experience for him. So the 16s all the way up need to realise that if you do perform in your age group, you will get a chance. And those boys have taken it today. It's been 5-0, could have been 6, maybe 7. They've applied themselves brilliantly. They've listened to the game plan, the tactics. Some of them hopefully watched the first team game, so they know what we're about in terms of our shape and system. And they executed it perfectly tonight, so I haven't got a bad word to say.
I was going to say the first team, the parallels to the first team were there to be seen tactics-wise. Obviously, after a performance like that, they've had a taste. Hopefully, they keep that and want more of it. What have you said to them after the game? Obviously, they've gone out, they've impressed. What now?
Enjoy it. You haven't made it. One game doesn't mean you made it. Be consistent with it. I spoke to a couple of just walking off the pitch and enjoy the moment. It's a nice win for them. It's men's football, senior football. It's a senior cup. Enjoy it, but understand that it's one game you played, and the next thing is now to replicate that with your age group again. So it's not good enough just to perform for the first team, you have to do that week in, week out for your age group, and eventually you'll get another shot. The likes of Gerald and Jaden have proven that when they were playing in their age groups. They were doing really well, and they've earned their shirt with the first team. And the Trail's another one. I'm sure there'll be plenty more along the way, but I think it's important that the boys appreciate that tonight was a tough game. They've earned the 5-0 win, and then they have to kick on with their age groups again and hopefully get another shot later down the line. So no one's a finished article. They've got to keep working and go from there.
Probably put some, question marks in your head who to pick, because bottom line is we're into the final now, and that wasn't an easy game, although the scoreline may suggest it. Northley or Tame in the final. Locally, we do know a little bit about all the teams, as they do us. We're not thinking too far ahead to that, are we?
No, not at all. We've got other games coming up. I think the boys need to have that in mind, and it's in sight, but I don't think that we need to be focused on that right now. Anything can change. We could get injury on Saturday. Anything can change. But I think it's a real good, pleasing moment for the young ones to step in and progress the Senior Cup with us. It's easy for us just to field the first team and try and dominate teams. This is a real important fixture for us to blood some of the young ones in. We've got Velocity students in playing tonight. We've got the academy boys playing. The 23s boys are involved, and it's a real collective tonight. And I think it's a bright future for the young ones coming through. It's important they take their chance, and I thought they did that tonight. There's so much learning they need to do, and that comes with experience and time. But the energy, enthusiasm, and the will to listen and take on board what we're asking as a management team was first class. So yeah, brilliant.
Finally, Cheshire on Saturday. What a massive game, not just for us, but for Cheshire. But I say that every game is a massive game from now on. 8, to use the old cliche, 8 cup finals, I suppose. Thoughts on that one?
Yeah, 8 cup finals. It's really important. I don't think we need to put the pressure on looking too far ahead with the 8. I think we've got one to address on Saturday first. I think the mentality is strong in the group. We've had some really good results. We had a couple dull ones. First half was quite average at Hemel. Second half we were brilliant. So we've got to roll with that and keep it going, keep the momentum, keep the feel-good factor rolling. It's up to us to go win the game of football. No one's going to give it to us. We've got to earn it. And it's been like that the whole season. It's a real competitive top end of the table. There's not much in it, so we've got to make sure we focus on ourselves. And when we do that, we're normally okay.
Ross, well done. Thanks very much for your time.
Cheers.